Hey, family, is Maryann Navarro here. Welcome to the Maryann Method podcast. I am so excited to be here today to share with you some of the goodness that's happening in the real estate industry and also in the health and wellness industry. As you all know, I have spent over 24 years in our Air Force, and I am so excited to still be so plugged in, especially with my AFSA Summit 365 family. I would like to welcome you to my very first episode of the Maryann Method. I am your host, Maryann, and we are going to talk about investing in what matters. All right. So, if you don't already know, yes, I was in the Air Force for over 24 years. From the Air Force, I transitioned into the real estate industry. I've been in the real estate industry almost 10 years. Time flies by when you're having an amazing time, right? On that note, I've also been in the health and wellness industry for over 2 decades. When I was active duty, I was very highly involved with health and wellness. It is absolutely my passion, my standard operating procedure. And I was able to actually, help others build their health and wellness blueprint. I was a personal trainer. I was in the whole bodybuilding world and all the things, right? So, what I have discovered when I retired that there is such a huge asset gap and why your portfolio needs a pulse. Having said that, this very first episode, I'm not going to talk too much about the details and some of the intricacies of this industry, but I would like to kind of point out that we have been what is the word? Like slighted, honestly. After I retired, I became a realtor by accident. It was just one of those things. I loved HGTV. I absolutely love homes and all the things, right? I bought my house in Orlando where I initially retired at, and my realtor was like, have you ever thought about being a realtor? And I'm like, absolutely no, but I did love, Chip and Joanna, and I always watch HGTV, so why not, right? So during that time, I was going through a deep depression because I did not retire for me. I retired for my family. I retired for my boys. I turned down a command chief position. And no kidding, I was retired in 90 days, less than 90 days, right? So there was a huge struggle when I retired. Anyway, from that point on, I'm like, I didn't really know what to do when I grow up, right? They always ask you, what are you going to do when you retire? Are you going to do a GS position? Are you going to transition? You're going to go to another, government job? Are you going to do a corporate gig? What are you going to do? Right? In my head, and I'm like, I don't know. I don't know what I'm going to do. Okay, let me try realtor. Right? So I did kind of like played around with it. I, studied, took my license, passed it the first time. And during that time, I still wasn't in it, right? Because I was a businesswoman when I retired. I owned a couple of franchise stores. I'm not sure if you guys know about Auntie Anne's pretzels, right? You smell them in the mall and you like to eat pretzels. And I was, a franchise owner of a couple of stores when I initially retired. That was when I was supporting my husband then, who is has passed away, rest in heaven, to Perry. But anyway, after that, it was just one of those things that, hey, I retired to be with my kids. I did 24 years in the military, and I was like, hey, I'm not trying to work, right? I did not want to do it, at the cost of my children's time again, right? So in that moment, I was just retired, right? And then that actually happened right before COVID hit. So I became a realtor and then kind of dabbled into real estate, helping here and there and all the things and stuff like that, right? I didn't really get into it until I would say probably 2019 or the early set of 2020 before COVID actually hit. So that was kind of like my transition from active duty to real estate, but the health and wellness has always been in the background, over 2 decades of experience there, right? So here's the problem. Here's the problem that I have seen in our military family. And it is actually sad to say that it is not getting any better, right? We are trying to go out there to educate everybody the best way we can through AFSA, through Summit 365, through a bunch of different platforms, because I do feel, this is my personal opinion, that the government does not do a good job in literally helping us understand some of the entitlements that we have fought and earned to have, right? So, this is what my podcast is all about. I want to share what I know now. If I only knew what I know now then, my gosh, I would be a multi-millionaire. Okay. But my passion is to be able to execute and be able to talk to you in layman's terms in every possible word that you can understand, especially in the real estate industry. Okay. There are a lot of facts, there are a lot of myths, there's a lot of like who said who, where does it say that type situation, what is the VA entitlement is all about, what can we do as veterans, how can we leverage that, how many houses can I buy, no, you can only use your VA loan one time, no, that's not correct, and all the things. There's a lot of things to talk about, right? So I wanted to just come on here to kind of let you know I have so much to give you, okay? And to tie that back into the health and wellness, what I have also seen is that we put in 20 years, right? 30 years for some. We grind so hard every single day. We already did 20, 25, 30 years, right? And then you retire, you get into another job or you get into another profession, and then you totally forgot about your health. And then now you have invested so much time to create your wealth. And then now you're spending all of your wealth to try to buy back your health. That is the other side of investing in what matters is all about in my podcast, right? I will teach you some simple protocols on how to take care of you and how to ensure that you are healthy, that you get to enjoy every single penny that you have earned, shedding all that blood, sweat, and tears to get to where you want to be today. Okay? Because I am so sick of seeing so many veterans that retired that put in all those years but have neglected their health, right? Or potentially, maybe that they just didn't know no better. Because what you don't know, you don't get to execute, right? But when you do know, you do better, right? So that is my role. That is my passion. That is why I'm here. Over 60% of American, if you don't know this, are on at least one medication for the rest of their lives. At least one. Some of y'all, and this might hit home a little bit, might be on two, three, four, five, six, 10, right? I will be 50 next month, May of 2026. I'm not on one medication. Why? Because I have invested in what mattered then. Okay. When I tell you that it is always a choice to block some time for self care, there's no other way around it. Okay. Just like how you block all of these meetings, just like how you block all of these appointments, you need to block an appointment for you. Like for me, right now in the real estate industry, I am a realtor and I am so blessed because my military family has supported me in this journey, right? I don't have to worry about my pipeline. I don't have to worry about where my next buyer is going to come from because the good Lord always blesses me. I always say, when you come from a place of love and service, guess what? The universe will always bless you. God will always bless you, right? And I am so serious about my schedule. Some of y'all love coffee, right? I don't drink coffee. We will talk about coffee in one of these episodes, okay? As far as health is concerned, but my coffee is a gem. Okay. After my son is picked up by the bus to go to school at 7:45, I am already walking out of my house to go to the gym, right? I block my self-care from 7:45 just right before 10 o'clock. I don't schedule any client appointments, any Zoom calls, any Zoom training, any showings, and all the things until my gym time is done. Now, in the event that I have some clients that are flying in to Tampa to see houses and they have limited time in between, then of course I will make those schedules work. But at the end of the day, a lot of us believe that self-care can come later, but I will change your mind if you tune in to my episodes here in the Maryann Method. I will show you some of the things that you might not know as a veteran. What are your entitlements for VA? Not just VA, right? What are some of the things that you need to be worrying about? What are you investing right now? I'm not just talking about stocks. I'm not just talking about real estate properties. I'm talking about estate planning. What does that look like for you? We're going to talk about all the things. And the best part, I'm going to have some special guests in my episodes because I truly believe that we got to tap into those expertise in those fields so you guys can get to see some of the key processes and some of the things that they find out on their end that affects us, especially the military family, and how we can catapult to the next level and not have to worry about the future, okay? Because I truly believe that we got to know and learn how to pause and smell the roses. Because as you know, tomorrow is not guaranteed. And guess what? You have to make every single day count, right? So that is my episode for today. I just wanted to kind of like say hello, do a quick introduction, tell you exactly why I'm here for and what investing in what matters episodes are going to look like. We're going to focus on some real estate, investments. We're going to focus on some health and wellness investments. And in between those, we're going to have guests come in so we can tap into those things that you're probably not even thinking about. Why investing in those things matters. It's not just all about money. It's all about the time you invest in yourself. It's all about the food that you put in your body. It's all about who you select as your board of directors that's going to make sure you are truly capturing the things that you need to do to create that generational wealth for you and your family and all of the above. All right. So that it is. That's it for now, family. AFSA Summit 365. I am so thankful and grateful to have this opportunity to get to connect with you. And hopefully I will see all of you in August. Until the next episode, we will talk soon. Ciao.